Hey there, YouTube and fellow moviegoers. My name is Eric, and this is my Endgame review. Let's get rolling. Alright, so before we get rolling with this review, I need to make note that this was the only movie I've ever been in where the entire crowd around me was actually just all outwardly weeping. Just no holding back tears, laughs, cheers. Like, usually people are kind of confided in themselves and don't want to like outwardly express their emotions during a movie because it's weird because you're in public. Nobody cared during this. That's the kind of emotion that this movie held. Alright, so Avengers Endgame is the predecessor to Avengers Infinity War and essentially the culmination of the last 10 years and 21 films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe into this one big epic, essentially 5.5 hour runtime when you combine both movies. In Avengers Infinity War, we saw Thanos gather the Infinity Stones, build them into his gauntlet, and snap half of the population of the universe out of existence. This, in Endgame now, is when all the Avengers are going to come together and try to pick up the broken pieces. This plot is very understandable, even if you haven't seen the 21 films building up to this. There might be some callbacks and beats that you miss, but it's okay. As in many of the films before, if not all of them, we got exceptional acting from all of our actors. They all looked really good on screen together, all really coincided well together. They're going to make you laugh, they're going to make you cry, then they're going to make you laugh some more, and then you're going to realize everyone else around you is laughing and crying out loud, and it's just going to be a great time. Going into Endgame, I was a little bit worried about how many characters were going to be on screen at once and if at any point it was going to feel like it was too congested, but it wasn't at all. There was really an even amount of screen time for everybody, and everyone's story got told in a really exceptional way. Nobody can tell the story like the Russos. They had to pay specific attention to the continuity, to these characters and their pasts and all the little references that are being thrown in, and they've just been doing it with this family of people for so long. It's just their movie. Every Avenger left is handling their losses a little bit differently, and the survivor's guilt is heavy. But there was one thing they never lost, and this is the direction that the movie kept pushing and the Russos really seemed to try to push, and that was hope. I believe the long-term message the Russos were trying to push here is to really just slow down in life and really appreciate what you have. Look at what you have. Be grateful, because you never know, it might be gone in a snap. As we get a lot of dialogue in the first act of this film, the cinematography is definitely up close and personal. We get a lot of really good close-ups that make us feel everything that our characters are feeling, all of this pain and suffering. Through the lens, they were able to capture the destroyed OODA loop, that's a military term, you should look it up, of all of these characters. Grand battle scenes were done in magnificent long shots along with perfect CGI. Everything just flowed well cinematically in this. Even though it's a chunky 3-hour runtime, the pacing is nice and it certainly does not feel that long. The first act had in-depth character development and dialogue, which you can imagine took a long time to kind of roll out, but it's very engaging and entertaining. Just be patient, remain engaged for that first hour and 15 hour and 20 minutes, and it'll be worth your time. I think the most appealing thing as far as sound goes is just all the callbacks it had to the individual characters through all of these movies throughout time. It was really nice to see and hear specific sounds and music for these individual characters whenever they were on screen. Again, it's just nice to see that attention to detail after so many years. All the CGI was exactly where it needed to be. There wasn't too little or too much at any point for any of the scenes or any of the fights. It's a Marvel movie, folks. The CGI, the special effects, the makeup, it's all on point. It's all fantastic. There's nothing to critique there. The money that goes into it is far above any other studio that's doing it. They're the best to do it. My final review. I should have walked in there with a notebook and just taken a tally of how many tears and cheers there were, and I would have lost count anyway. The entire theater throughout this entire thing was just, it was a madhouse. I believe in the next 2 decades we'll look back at this and we'll look at it and say, hey, this is what set the bar so high. It brought a ton of storylines that a lot of people have invested so much time into over the years to one grand conclusion. Endgame will keep you invested thoroughly throughout the entire thing. I give this a 4-star. I will go see it again, probably a couple times in theaters, if I'm allowed to. I recommend you go see it too, and then buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out. Give them your money. Disney needs it. YouTube, thank you so very much for watching my Endgame review. If you enjoyed my content, please hit subscribe. Please hit that little bell so you know when I have new content coming out. Can't wait to do more. And I do want to let you guys know that I'm not going to just be doing superhero movies here in the summertime with all the blockbusters and all the smaller films coming out. I do plan on doing all sorts of genres of films. So please share with your friends, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks, guys.